everybody, Analisa Six here. I'm here to do some tarot card pulls because we have our sun in the fixed earth sign of Taurus today. And we also have a couple other transits happening. We have Mercury retrograde in Aries making a conjunction to Venus in Aries. We have Mars in Pisces sextiling Jupiter in Taurus. And then our moon is actually in Virgo today. And Mars in Pisces sextiling Uranus and Taurus. I already said that, I think. So I thought it would be fun to do some card pulls and just kind of see what comes up for everybody for Taurus season. So if you haven't watched one of these before, I am going to pull a tarot card for each sign of the zodiac. So starting with Aries, we're going to pull a card for you to see what the energy frequency is for you this Taurus season. So I'm going to get this kind of going here, but I would love to know in the comments how this Mercury retrograde has been for everybody. I have had a lot of things to sign and review this Mercury retrograde, and my name keeps getting spelled wrong on a lot of documents. And then I made business cards that I posted today and noticed that my name is spelled wrong on my business cards. Even I was like so proud of myself, looked over everything, spell checked everything, and then my friend pointed out that my name was spelled wrong. I'm like, why does my name keep getting spelled wrong? Now I'm making this mistake. It's really funny. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and pull a card for Aries. This is your card for Taurus season. So let's see what comes up for you. Oh, we have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card that's traditionally ruled by the sign of Scorpio, and it has to do with connecting to our past. It's a card that symbolizes a lot of nostalgia and connecting to our inner child in a positive way, where we feel emotionally fulfilled by things that kind of bring out maybe more of that childlike comfort. And, you know, it's kind of like an example for me is I really love playing arcade games with my dad, and he was just in town. And so we always like to find places to go play video games together. And one of my friends told me about this arcade bar, so we went and did that, and it felt very Six of Cups to me to get to do that with my dad. So that's, you know, an example of kind of ways to tune into the Six of Cups energy. This can also have to do with healing things from the past in a way that's fulfilling and positive for us, especially around childhood memories. All right, so then we have Taurus. Happy birthday to all the Tauruses. It's your season. And this is going to be your card for the month. One of your cards for the month. I'm sure there's many. We have the Moon card. So the Moon is a card that's ruled by Pisces, and this card usually represents a point in our lives where we might feel a bit confused about the direction we're heading in, but there's a lot of deep inner work that needs to be done in a way that is transformative, healing. Even though we might be confused about the solid things in our life or the direction that we might be heading in or how we feel about something, it's a really great time to explore that and to just get really in tune with your intuition, your dreams. Doing dream work when the Moon card comes up is really positive. So that's going to be your card for the month. I'm going to try to move through these kind of quick because I have a tendency to talk too much. All right, Gemini, this is your card for Taurus season. We have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is a card that represents usually feeling like we've taken on more than we can handle. Tens in the tarot represents transitions in a cycle. So a beginning and ending is happening, and there's kind of some transformation period. And the Ten of Wands, usually we've taken on more than we can handle. We need to lighten the load. We need to get better at setting boundaries. We need to learn how to say no to things. Time management could be a theme that comes up for you a lot over the next month. And so, yeah, simplifying is usually the guidance there. Cancer, we've got your card next. The Son of Discs, also known as the Knight of Pentacles. This card reminds me a lot of Capricorn energy, which is the opposite of Cancer. And the Knight of Discs, so all the Knights and Suns in the tarot kind of represent more of a youthful energy that's trying to push itself forward. And there's always kind of this, with the Suns, this ability to kind of fumble easily what we're doing. And so, you know, in the Knight of Pentacles, the Son of Discs, we're needing to be really intentional about the way that we're moving forward in our material world. So this is with money, this is with work, this is with our health. It can also have to do with kind of our mundane routines that we have around getting work done, organizational kind of things. And I feel like there's always kind of that needing to be really mindful in that card. Where are we pushing things forward in a way that is constructive, or are we being too aggressive or rushing things along in a way where we need to kind of maybe be mindful of, you know, not fumbling our way through things. The Knights always have that, like, you know, need for balance in terms of pushing and knowing when to kind of sit back. So your intention behind what you're doing and what you're pushing forward is really important, and especially when it comes to your work and your health. All right, Leo, this is our card for the Taurus season. Daughter of Wands. I love this card. This card is also known as the Page of Wands, and she represents being a student of life when it comes to exploring the self. So what ignites you? What makes you feel passion? Are you showing up to your life open and ready to learn new things? Do you have a state of wonder and curiosity and excitement around what you're doing in your life? And how do you remain open to the opportunities presenting themselves to you? So it's good for Leo during the month of Taurus to be open. It's good for self-exploration. It's also good for creativity and exploring new modalities to be creative. I really enjoy seeing that card. All right, so next we have Virgo. This is going to be your card for Taurus season. We've got the Eight of Cups. So the Eight of Cups is a Pisces card. The eights represent change in the tarot. The cups represent our emotions. And in the Eight of Cups, we are usually having to acknowledge that there's something that we need to let go or move away from that's not serving us anymore. This can sometimes be a really painful process, because even though we know it's what we need to do, it still hurts to know that, you know, we need to move away from something that maybe served us really well at one time. So there's some kind of emotional letting go that needs to happen in Taurus season for Virgo. All right, Libra, we have you next. We have the Devil card for Libra. So the Devil card has a lot of different meanings depending on the deck, but in the Mother Peace Tarot deck, they usually say find yourself on the pyramid, and that's kind of the expression of the devil that you might be experiencing right now. And the overarching kind of theme of the devil is the patriarchy in a lot of decks. And so, you know, the Devil card represents our ego and kind of what binds us egoically, whether it's sex, capitalism, egoic desires that we're kind of pining after. And, you know, in this card, we have Father Time. You know, this card's ruled by Saturn. Saturn rules Father Time. And we have people that are oppressed. We have people that are benefiting from the patriarchy. We have people that are serving it, you know, people that are enslaved by it, people that are getting trampled by it. And so who are you in the pyramid of the system, essentially? And how are you relating to your ego, your lustful desires, your the chains that bind you in your life? How are you relating to that? And so that's going to be a theme for Libra coming up, is our relationship to the egoic drive, but also maybe some of the systems or structures in place that we feel kind of oppressed by or bound by. And then how do we free ourselves or find our power within to kind of dissolve that idea that we're trapped in that cycle. There's also other interpretations of the Devil card that have to do with needing to become more free around our creative energy, our sexual energy, and more empowered within that. So that could also be a journey for the Libra individual this Taurus season. Okay, so now we have Scorpio, and Scorpio is the opposite of Taurus. So the sun is opposing you this season, Scorpio. Let's see what your card is. We have the Seven of Cups. This is a Pisces card. We're seeing a lot of Pisces energy, which makes sense with the Mars in Pisces energy right now. But the Seven of Cups is a card that has to do with fantasy. And in the Rider-Waite image, it's the one where you'll see kind of this figure looking at all these cups with different, you know, things that are filling the cups, and some things are good, some things are kind of perceived as scary or bad. And we might be in a fantasy mode of kind of romanticizing or imagining all the potential that our lives could be you know, the directions or potential that our lives could be moving in. It's also a card that could come up when we're romanticizing a relationship. So there's a lot of that energy, and we have to be mindful in the Seven of Cups, because the Seven of Cups is a card of illusions, you know. So are we having fun with the fantasy, or are we avoiding responsibility and reality? So that's something that Scorpio is going to be reflecting on and going through. Sevens are inner work. Okay, so now we're going to have a card for Sagittarius. This is your card for May, as well, Taurus season, I mean. Six of Wands. So Six of Wands is a card that represents feeling victorious or accomplished over something. So this is a good time for Sagittarius. The Taurus season energy might be, you know, kind of where we're feeling a sense of accomplishment. Maybe there's something we've been working towards, some kind of project, and we're moving through it in a way where we're kind of like, okay, I finally have mastered this, and we get to kind of ride high on that feeling. So that's a really good energy for Sagittarius. Capricorn, you're next. The Nine of Discs. This is a really positive card. It's a Virgo card, and this card has to do with having gratitude for all we've accomplished and all of the physical things that we have in our ether. This could be our health, this could be money, this could be just anything that we have accomplished and gained in our life. We're having some form of abundance, and it's a positive energy. So it's good to have gratitude. It's good to acknowledge the areas that you're successful in. Even, you know, Capricorn is one of the really motivated signs. It's cardinal earth energy. It's very driven, and a lot of times you're also very hard on yourself because you're always pushing to get to the next milestone. And that's great, but sometimes it's good to stop and smell the roses and just, you know, kind of be grateful for where you're at and what you've done so far. So the Nine of Discs is there to kind of help you, you know, remember to stop and smell the roses and just have gratitude for where you're at. So that is your energy for Taurus season. We have Aquarius next. We have the Sun of Swords. It's also known as the Knight of Swords. The Sun of Swords, again, the Knights, the Suns, they represent this energy that we're kind of pushing forward, but that we also have a tendency to kind of fumble. They have a very Mars-like quality where there's a lot of ambition and drive, but we equally could come in too hot or too intense. And so, and the Swords rule air, you know, so it's not weird for an Aquarius energy to get a Swords card, since they're both air energies. But, you know, here you just want to be mindful with your speech, mindful with how you're communicating. You could be very intellectually driven, or driven in your, you know, if you're a writer, or technology or communication is part of something that's big in your life. You could feel very motivated around those things, but you could also fumble those things and come in a little hot and have some humbling lessons during Taurus season. So that's something to be aware of. All right, last but not least, we have Pisces. This is your card for Taurus season. The Death card. So the Death card is ruled by Scorpio, and in Death, we are working towards transmuting energy. It's a metamorphosis of self in some way. So we are shedding an old skin so that a new skin can be born. So Taurus season is going to be a lot about shedding an old self and being open to birthing a new self, birthing a new self. It's interesting too, because we have, you know, a lot of energy that's been in Pisces, and, you know, we have Mars still in Pisces. So I think that I don't know, it makes sense to me that, you know, there's kind of like a big transformation process happening for Pisces people. All right, you guys, that was your Taurus season card pull. Let me know how Mercury retrograde has been for you in the comments. And if you like these videos, let me know in the comments too, because I can do more around different things. All right, I hope you guys all have a great day, and I will talk to you guys later.